Alright, so I've had the iPad mini 6 for a while now, and it's quickly become one of my favorite tech purchases of all time. I think I picked this one up a few weeks after its launch date, and initially I was hesitant to purchase another iPad. I already had an 11-inch iPad Pro, so I was wondering if buying another iPad would become redundant. To my surprise, I was completely wrong. The iPad mini 6 served a completely different purpose when it came to my workflow, and I'm so glad that I purchased this iPad. How's it going, everyone? My name is RJ, and if you clicked on this video wondering if right now is the right time to buy the iPad mini 6, then you're in the right place, or in this case, watching the right video. With heavy rumors of new iPads right around the corner, I myself started wondering if buying an iPad mini 6 right now is the right move. So what better way to lay out my thoughts than in the form of a video? As you guys may have heard, the new M3 iPads are launching any day now. So as far as we know, it'll have a better chipset, thinner bezels, and a newly redesigned Magic Keyboard. Nothing too significant. The hardware with the iPads has always been impressive. That's not the issue. The issue is the limitation of iPad OS. The iPad has so much potential to be so much more, but Apple is caught in a predicament. If they make iPad OS similar to Mac OS, then they'll be cannibalizing their own lineup of MacBooks, which isn't ideal for business. So for now, I just use my 11-inch iPad Pro for typing up scripts for YouTube videos and catching up on emails every now and then. That's pretty much it. But the iPad mini 6 is by far the most unique tablet in Apple's lineup. And let me tell you guys why.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall.
It's kind of funny, but when you think about it in a way, the iPad mini 6 is very good at just being a tablet. You see, in the lineup of iPads, you have the iPad Airs and the iPad Pros, which are far too big to use as standalone tablets. The best use case for those iPads is to attach it to a Magic Keyboard and use it well as a laptop, like what Apple initially intended, but of course iPad OS is limited. And that to me is what really holds the entire lineup of iPads back in my opinion. So yeah, in a very confusing and bizarre lineup of iPads, the iPad mini 6 stands out to me as a standalone tablet that excels at, well, tablet tasks. And that's exactly what I love about this thing. It's very similar in size to the average size Kindle. It's extremely portable. You can throw this thing into a small backpack or in your carry-on while you're traveling. I always bring the iPad mini 6 around with me while I'm traveling. Passing the time away reading a good book or binge watching a new show on Netflix is my favorite thing to do on an airplane. The mini 6 has completely changed the way I travel. In fact, my wife got jealous of me on our last trip together, so I went out and got her very own iPad mini 6 because she wanted to join in on all the fun, I guess. Her use case is a little bit different than mine, but nonetheless she loves it for just watching shows before bed. The mini 6 is essentially the smaller version of the iPad Air 4 with very similar specs. It's the ideal iPad for note-taking at school or in a work meeting, and I say this in particular because it's much less intrusive than other devices due to its size. Imagine whipping this thing out in a team meeting versus whipping out an iPad mini 6. The mini 6 is going to be the more well-received device. More than that though, the iPad mini 6 is the perfect tablet for a quick gaming session. I use this as a Pomodoro timer during my editing sessions, and when my timer winds down to 0, I take the mini 6 to my couch and play a game of League of Legends Wild Rift. Just quickly, if you guys find value in this video, it would help me out a ton if you guys could drop a like on this video and of course subscribe to the channel. I will be picking up the new M3 iPad Pros to cover on the channel, so stay tuned for a lot more iPad related content. It's going to be really crazy around here. The gaming experience on the iPad mini 6 is amazing. When measured diagonally, the screen size is 8.3 inches. To me, this is the ideal screen size for gaming. The rounded corners make the iPad mini 6 comfortable to hold for long gaming sessions. Powered by the A15 Bionic chipset, the iPad mini 6 offers improved gaming and graphic performance compared to the previous models, making it capable of handling demanding tasks such as gaming and multitasking with ease. I tried playing a few games of Call of Duty Warzone on this thing, and the gameplay is amazing. Some people have complained about the graphics on this game, but most people are just misinformed. The more you play the game, the better the graphics become. It's kind of a new way of gaming. The more you play certain maps, the more detail you get downloaded into the maps, which obviously improves the graphics. I'm not sure how much you guys will be using the front and rear facing cameras on this device. I personally haven't used it much with the exception of taking a few Zoom calls and scanning a few documents. The rear camera sports a 12 megapixel sensor capable of recording content in 4K. And also the front camera does support center stage, which automatically pans and zooms to keep you in frame during video calls. Quite useful for those work meetings. Despite the Mini 6 having 4 speaker grills, only 2 of them actually work. The other 2 are just there for aesthetic purposes. The 2 working speakers are good though. You get some good sound reproduction, the volume levels are great, and there's no distortion at max volume. If you ever find yourself in an environment where you have to rely on the external speakers of the Mini 6, you'll be quite pleased by its sound reproduction. I recently watched a a few episodes of 3 body problems on my iPad mini 6 without any AirPods, and the sound quality was fantastic. I'm really impressed by these tiny speakers. No matter which iPad you opt to go with though, consider getting yourself a paper-like screen protector. I was using paper-like well before I ever had a YouTube channel, and I will continue to use paper-like for now and for the foreseeable future. Something that I just can't stand is glare reflecting off of my iPad due to light. With the paper-like screen protector, the matte-like finish almost entirely eliminates glare from light. The thing with paper-like is that they're constantly taking customer feedback and improving upon their product. This version of the paper-like screen protector has drastically reduced the grainy look due to the matte-like finish, a complaint that many customers had with previous iterations. This screen protector protects your iPad's display from scratches, while at the same time it also genuinely feels like you're writing on real paper. Perfect for note-taking. Every purchase comes with 2 screen protectors, the installation process is simple and straightforward, and if done properly, you won't see a single bubble. Make sure to check out Paperlike for your iPad. There's a link for you guys in the description below, and thanks to Paperlike for sponsoring this video. Something that may take a little bit of getting used to is Touch ID. It's 2024 and most of us are already so accustomed to Face ID on our iPads. But my personal stance will always be in favor of Touch ID over Face ID. I just find it to be much more practical in almost every scenario. Instead of bringing my iPad straight to my face to unlock the device, with Touch ID I can unlock my iPad in almost any orientation at almost any angle. The convenience with Touch ID cannot be understated. The iPad mini 6 is so nimble and small that it has so many different use cases. I use it as a remote control to control most things in my studio. Well, for now I just have this one Elgato right back here, but you guys get the point. I use it right before bed to scroll apps like Reddit and Twitter. I'm currently obsessed with UFO Reddit. David Grush might be the most important figure in the history of mankind. I use it in conjunction with my MacBook Pro as a second screen. This really helps with my editing workflow for the YouTube channel. Overall, the iPad mini 6 offers a compelling package for users seeking a portable yet powerful tablet experience. It's the combination of the performance, the design, and the features that make it suitable for a wide range of tasks, from entertainment to productivity on the go. The best way to summarize the iPad mini 6 is, it's really not trying to be anything spectacular, but it does everything you needed to do in 2024 and beyond. Sure, the iPad mini 7 might be released towards the end of the year, but that doesn't make the iPad mini 6 irrelevant. You get close to 7 years of software support. The A15 Bionic is more than capable for many years to come. This iPad has a stellar display and the battery life is fantastic. I'm able to get close to 7 hours of screen on time on any given day. The cherry on top though is the fact that this iPad can be bought secondhand for under 500 Canadian dollars, which I think is roughly 400 USD. An absolute steal if you ask me. If you guys made it to the end of this video, drop a dolphin emoji down in the comments below. I would love to know who my true supporters are. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one, and don't forget to flex with your tech.